Hello fellas, welcome back to a brand new video. I've came down Paul Linfoot Racing, who is literally the man for anything RS500 related. Today we've got something equally, to me mate, equally as cool as any RS500. For all I don't know that much about this car, I've seen pictures for years and it's just the coolest thing to me.
It's just different for me, isn't it?
It is, and you've just bought this as well, haven't you? Did you get it imported from New Zealand?
I did, yeah. It surprised everybody, didn't it? Because I sold, did a video on 4 of the bikes that you did a video on a while ago. And I sold them 4 bikes to buy a new car, and everybody was like, oh, I wonder what he's buying, wonder what he's buying. And everybody assumed it would be a Sierra of some sort, didn't they?
Some kind of Cosworth.
Yeah. And then this turned up.
Mate,
So it's sort of blown everybody away a bit, really.
this is absolutely amazing to me. Absolutely amazing.
It's been for sale for a while in New Zealand, and the New Zealand and Aussie lads love the motorsport, but they're very patriotic. That if it wasn't built in Australia or New Zealand, they don't really.
It hasn't got V8 in.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they just sort of like. So it was for sale for a long time, and I kept looking at it, thinking that's a cool car. That checked its history over here, and it's got mega history for over here. And I thought, do you know what? I'll have a go at that. So I rang up Conrad Timms, who's like a dealer in race cars over in New Zealand. He was selling it on behalf of a customer, and flashed out a deal with him over quite a few months, to be fair, backwards and forwards. And we eventually agreed a price that we were both happy with, and the rest is history. It appeared here a few weeks ago.
So this has been restored
Yes.
to Concourse. Would you say a Concourse standard?
Yeah, it is. For a race car, definitely. I mean, to be fair, it's probably a better restoration than you see on a lot of road cars. It's a real credit to
Whoever
the guy
done it.
Yeah.
Do you know who done it?
Yeah, it's on my database. We are actually friends on Facebook, but you know what I'm like, and I can never remember anybody's name. I'm just absolutely horrendous with names, but I have got it on my computer, so I'll let you know his name. But a lovely guy. He's been in touch since it's been back, since I put pictures on Facebook, and he said he's glad to, he said it's a bit strange because he's had it since 1987.
Right.
So he said it's quite strange seeing a car that's been in his possession for that long in somebody else's
Somewhere else.
workshop. Yeah, but he's pleased I've got it,
So what's the history with it, mate? It's a genuine race car, obviously.
Yeah.
How successful was it?
Well, this car in particular, well, I'll start beginning with them all really. These, unlike the Sierra Group A cars, they were built from brand new motorsport shelves. You bought all the parts off the shelf and you built a car.
The 500s were?
On the Sierra 500s. This was actually a genuine brand new Ford RS16i delivered from Ford to Richard Longman's workshop and converted into a Group A car. So it started life as a full-blown brand new road car, which is quite cool because it's still got the chassis number stamped in the floor.
Right.
Still got the VIN-tag under the bonnet that we'll see in a minute that match, and so you never see that really on race cars because they're built on brand new motorsport shells. So there was 7, I believe, if I get my history right, please bear in mind, I know my 500s, I don't know a lot about these, I don't claim to be anywhere near as clued up as most people who follow these, but I know a little bit. So there was 7 given to Longman, 2 of them used in 1983 in British touring cars. I don't know what's happened to them. Then a further 5 cars were delivered for the 84-85 season. There was this one, the sister car, and then a third one was used as a promo car.
Right.
So it wasn't a race car. We don't know what's happened to the other 2, no idea. But the 2 race cars is this one, and the other one that's in the UK still, that belongs to Graham Hollenby, who I spoke to before I bought this car. And he told me a lot about this car really. He said, well, this is actually the better car of the 2, which is nice of him to admit that when he owns the other one, Because this is an endurance spec car, so this is a higher spec car than the other one. The other one's a sprint car. So this was built with doing longer races, so it's got twin fuel tanks, the quick fillers. It's just a higher spec car than its sister car. So yeah, this is the original car. It raced 84-85 in British touring cars, and it won the Silverstone TT, won its class in 84. Let me have a look at me. I've got it on my computer because I don't know that much about them. You have to
research.
Yeah. Well, this is a database that belongs to a good friend of mine who I work a lot with on the RS500 information, and he started collecting data on the Escorts as well. So it was 1984.
Is that pictures of the car there?
Yeah. So in 84, it won the Silverstone TT. Or was it 83 and 84? I can't remember. Look, hang on, let me... 83. 83, it won the Silverstone TT, and 84, it won the Silverstone TT. There it is.
Cool pictures them, aren't there?
Yeah. I've got some DVDs that came with the car, all period history, seeing it going around the track and everything, yeah. So then it did British touring cars, and then in 86, it was bought by Paul Maybe out in New Zealand. He raced it in New Zealand.
Oh, and it had a different livery, didn't it?
That livery there.
Ah, right. Bit of front end damage on it there.
Yeah, yeah, which they all race cars.
It's a race car.
86 Paul Maybe, and it's gone off for some reason.
So you're not planning on racing or using it really that much, are you?
No. The problem with it is, if I'm honest, it's too nice. Now, I was trying to get to the let me get off my phone, because I do want to give credit to the guy who restored it, and I've got him on my phone, so I'll find it so we can tell people.
Why was it restored?
Here we are, Miles Hicks.
That's the lad who restored it.
Miles Hicks is the guy who bought it when it finished its race career in New Zealand. Miles is a collector, and he has a body shop, a big body shop that's known for restoring classic cars and one thing and another. He bought the car and he did a bare shell restoration on it, took it to completely a bare shell, put it on a rotisserie, restored the shell. It is the original shell, the chassis number's still in it, the original engine. Every nut and bolt on this car is original, is exactly how it ran in British touring cars. It's still the original cage and everything. So he had it from like 87.
Was it restored in 87, 88-ish?
He restored it early when he first bought it, and it's been like that since. So
it's still mint now?
Well, it's never been used. You know, it was just basically a collector car. But the attention to details, if you look at the stickers and look at the stickers on the period pictures, they're absolutely perfect. They're in the right place, the right size stickers. You know, even where they put the data post, his attention to detail has been phenomenal. And I obviously bought it only going by photographs, but I also know Conrad quite well in New Zealand, who was selling the car for Miles, and I know he knows I'm fussy. He knows I'm really fussy. And his words to me were, I know what you're like, I know what your attention to details like. This car, you will be happy with it. So I thought, you know what, I'll buy it. And I'd followed it for quite a few months, and I sold the bikes, and I just thought, I like that. Got good history, immaculate, original shell, original engine, blah, 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 which is hard to find on old race cars. History is undisputed, i.e. we know every owner, we knew exactly what's happened to it, we know every little bit of damage it's ever had, which is only minor bits of damage for a race car. And there aren't many race cars you can be that 100% sure on. The last thing you want to do is buy a car like this and find out it was reshelled 10 years ago. And then obviously its history's gone, really.
But like you say, it's had damage, which is part of being a race car, but also can confirm it's still the original shell.
Absolutely.
So if you know if it's been banged on the rear quarter, then you can look at the damage on the rear quarter and you see, oh wait.
That's it. Well, my Louis car was a perfect example of that, because I remember when I bought my Louis car, I went to look at it and you know, gaps were all over the place, and you're like, you know, I was a bit put off because I was used to road cars where you want perfect panel gaps, and took me a long time to get my head around. When you buy race cars, nobody cares. Even if you have to go like that to shut doors, you know, nobody cares as long as it's original and it's there. Well, my Louis car, I found a picture of it online with an M3 stuffed right up arse under this, to the point it lifted Louis car right up in air. And you're like devastated, like you would be if it was a road car. You'd be like, I bought a lemon here, do you know what I mean? But when it's a race car, you don't care. And I remember looking around the car and thinking, well, boot floor's still ripply. The rear chassis leg still had ripples in it where they pulled it straight, and the joint rear quarter panel right through the middle there. And you couldn't tell from outside, but if you put your hand on inside and rubbed it, you could feel it MIG weld all the way down the middle of the rear quarter. And you're like, I'm chuffed to bits for that. Because if anybody ever tries to doubt that car, you can show them that photograph and go, look, you can see where that's been repaired. So it's almost, you almost want a bit of damage that you can still see somewhere on the car that absolutely makes it indisputable it is that car. I know when we check the history on a lot of cars, we spend ages looking like the position of that roof aerial.
This area?
Yeah, just silly things like that that sometimes you catch people out on cars that have been reshelved because you look and there's no roof aerial.
Oh, right.
And you look and, well, where's roof aerial all gone? Nobody's welding an hole up there, or on pictures, roof aerial's here. And then it's here, and bonnet pins are in wrong places and things like that.
Right.
But it's not so much because obviously a lot of cars have been repaired and the bonnet pins might have been put slightly in a different place when it was repaired. But 9 times out of 10, if you saw photographs of that, you would be undisputed that that was original. So photographs are brilliant, really. But as I said, the start of the conversation was this car's history is completely undisputed. We know every owner, we know exactly where it's been, and it's had very few owners. Obviously Richard Longman, then the guy in New Zealand who raced it, then the guy who restored it, and me. So all its life, I'm the 4th owner of this car.
David.
Yeah.
And tell you what, mate, it's full. You see it in endurance spec, and it's full of little unique parts. Like if we pop the boot, because there's a couple of things I noticed in the boot. So this is your twin fillers.
Twin fillers.
Did you see it? Twin tanks?
Yeah, it's got 2 tanks. It's got that tank there, but then it's got the original tank that an RS16i has under the boot floor, and the two are linked together.
Really?
So it's called an endurance spec, so it can carry more fuel. So there's 2 fuel tanks, and then there's obviously these 2 quick fillers. I don't know why they're different. I've no idea why they're 2 different types of filler.
Right.
I can't answer that question. Then you've got that one there.
And you've still got the original hole.
Yeah, they haven't bothered to blank it off, but it's a shame we couldn't put it on a ramp, because if you look underneath this car,
It's mint.
Absolutely.
It's quite unique underneath as well compared to a road car 16i, isn't it? A lot of unique things.
We'll get a mat so you can have a look underneath, but where the wishbones are on the rear, to get more travel on the suspension, they've cut holes in the bottom of the arm so that the suspension goes through the bottom arm, then made some cups so that the suspension can be bolted further down, so you get more travel.
Right.
You get a lot more travel on the shocker. Obviously like rose jointed top mounts, all the usual Group A trick bits really, but as I said at the beginning, I'm not really an Escort man.
No.
Tell you what is funny, they must have intended on putting air jacks in it.
I noticed the holes through the floor.
2 there and at the front, but on the inner wings. So it's got the towers in, but it hasn't had air jacks on it. But I wonder if they maybe thought about running centre locks originally.
Right.
But then never bothered, because obviously there's pointless putting air jacks on if you've got 4 stud wheel nuts.
4 studs.
Because you can jack it up quicker than you can undo the wheel nuts. But yeah, they're all there for it. But underneath is
mint.
It's as nice as the rest of the car. It's mega.
So I was looking, and you can see, like, obviously it's a race car, but it is for a race car. It's mint. Like I noticed, like this fuel filler cap that has been done absolutely beautifully.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's not like just bodged
A bit
in.
rough edge. Yeah.
And I noticed, like, this panel looks like it's just fiberglassed in place. Is that a bit of fiberglass just to hold it in?
It'll have been riveted in place, and then they put that fiberglass in to seal it, because these bulkheads have to be fireproof.
Oh, right.
So if the tank's set on fire, the flames can't come inside the car. So most people brush sealed them. With this, they've masked it all off real nicely and fiberglass matted it. It's just quite nice, really. It's an attention to detail that they've done on it.
Then you've got this sail here that'll sail against the
Seal
back
against
window.
The back window.
Oh, so cool, mate. So cool.
Nice, isn't it?
It is. It is.
This is always amazes me. Putting a battery next to a fuel tank. Well, when we build race cars now, we don't put the battery anywhere near a fuel tank. But that, that's what they did in period, really.
Still got the back wipe and everything on there.
But when you say about the restoration, look at how they've done the satin black and beautifully masked it all the way around.
Isn't it?
Same on the doors.
I noticed on the doors.
Yeah, if you look at them, they're the same. It's just an attention to detail that I like that.
So obviously that's how it would have been.
That's how it was, brand new period, yeah. You have them satin black inside to keep the heat down.
Just standard road car door cards. Oh, they're not road car door cards, are they?
They are. They're like a 1.6L.
It's
they're not the 16Is. No, it's got the 16i rear door panels in, look.
Like the cloth?
Yeah.
Got the ashtrays on as well.
Well, I tell you what made me laugh is, if you look on the switches, The fuel pumps are still...
Oh, it's a boot lid. Fucking hell.
Fuel tank had blown up. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, hang on, we'll just...
Have a moment.
Right, so we'll start again. The fuel pumps are on the fog light and the heated rear window switch.
Oh, right.
And it's very basic, look. You've got a fuel gauge there that I don't think works. That'll be oil pressure, rev counter, temperature.
For what, the engine?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only gauges you've got. And then it has a switch there, and that's a fifth injector for starting
Fifth injector? Oh,
yeah, for
right.
starting it from cold. So you flick that on, that gives it a bit more fuel to start it from cold. And that's it. And look, see if we've still got a key.
Oh, aye.
You wouldn't want to leave your steering lock on by accident, would you, if we were having the track flat out? Look, yeah.
So it's all the original cage as well, you see?
Yeah, all original.
Yeah, it's
Just-
absolutely mint.
Just trick,
Like you
innit?
say, floor number down there, obviously.
Yeah, floor number's still in the floor. You can feel it from underneath.
Oh, right.
But like even check straps, look, he's had them all zinc plated. Done a
immaculate.
beautiful job of restoring it.
Can we have a look under the bonnet, mate?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah. Try and do
Pull
this
the pins.
carefully
Ah,
so
I
I
was
don't
gonna
mark the paint, because if you look, there's not a mark on it.
God, it's immaculate for being done so long ago as well, isn't it?
Well, New Zealand, innit? It's not like it's done in UK and rusted, is it?
Aye.
And don't forget, race cars don't suffer from rust.
Because they're not out in the salt and...
They're not out of there, but look at that.
Right. So this isn't a turbo car, obviously. This is a 1.6 8 valve
Yep.
CVH, but there is some differences to like an XR3i engine. There's a lot of...
Yeah, there'll be a lot of internal changes, different
even on the road car?
Yeah, different camshaft and, you know, but what the spec is, I have no idea because, as I say, I'm not a...
So what power do you think this would run them, Paul?
So I've read about 175, 180, which is
Well,
a
it's
lot.
quite a lot
It's
for
of
1.6.
power. Yeah, they were a proper screamer, like. But look at that, still got the original Ford bin tag. The original colour tag is still on.
God, it's immaculate mind.
It's not got the twin coils on it anymore.
No.
But I was told they never did race them with the twin coils on.
Right.
They swapped them back to a distributor.
Is it on... Has it got management? How does this work? We're not sure.
I don't know whether it's standard or not. I would think it's probably upgraded, but I have no idea, mate, to be honest.
So that's your fire extinguisher.
Yes.
There's your fuel filter
Fuel
there.
filter,
In the obviously that wouldn't be there in the road car, but that's your heat matrix, is it?
Yeah, a heater
Standard,
blower behind there. Again, like obviously a rose jointed top mount. But other than that, mate, I am absolutely clueless with this car.
Aye. Oh, it's so cool.
And it's unusual when people ask me a question about one of my cars, I look a bit,
A bit dumbfounded.
I just have no idea.
Does it start?
We can give it a go. We've had it started. We were told when I bought it, it hasn't been started for years.
Right.
But it'll start. But there's a procedure for starting it. When I spoke to Graham Hollenby, who's got the sister car, and he told me about that switch on the dash that's the fifth injector for starting it. So me and Steve, the other day, when Adam Bowler delivered it for us, he picked it up from docks and brought it up. And I said, fuck it, put some fuel in it, connected battery up, fired straight up.
Really?
Like, boom, and we were like, this hasn't run for years, you know, and it fired straight up. So we'll give it a go.
Definitely. Right, I'll give you the camera, mate, then you can video what you're doing.
All right, then.
So I'm just...
You're the... Yeah, you're
I'm
all
just
that.
the boot fop.
Right, I've got a jump pack here. So what we're going to do is connect this up, because I would think the battery will be...
Flat.
Well, it'll be jiggered, won't it, because it's been on this
is that
car.
while you,
Yeah, you do that then. Right, we'll shut that to save it dropping down and frightening us to death. So, now, Graham said, switch that on. There's the fuel pumps, which you can hear now we're running. Oh, that's fuel pressure then, look. Not oil pressure,
right.
That's fuel pressure. That's the fifth injector. 2 pumps.
starts.
I would think, obviously, we're like all race cars, they never tick over
Until it
they've
gets
got
warm.
and then they usually tick over quite high, but you can't moan at that, can you?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Mate, such a cool
I didn't
thing.
expect it to start as well as that, like, to be fair.
No.
Because when we started it, when it first came, we had to give it a bit of a squirt of
Easy start, like quick start
into
stuff.
airbox because it wasn't firing. Then bang, it ran on easy start, and then turned it again, and it ran like that. But it's quite impressive, really, to say it's not been run. And to be fair, people are saying, I bet it's been run, but you can tell it hasn't because look at exhaust manifold.
Aye, I would.
It'd have burnt that off.
It would have burnt off, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it would have burnt off that.
Won't you see? Feel a bit of heat there already. So you're not going to use this car. This is just purely something cool to have in your collection.
Well, I was gonna. It was due to be delivered a month earlier, and we were down at Brands Hatch doing the Superpower 2, and I was gonna take this there, pick it up and take it there, because Graham had the sister car there, so it'd have been nice to have them both back together. But it arrived on the Wednesday before, and I thought, oh, it's still a good chance because we're there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I can get somebody to go and pick it up from the docks and bring it to Brands Hatch. But it didn't clear customs till the Monday.
Right.
So we missed it by a couple of days, which is quite annoying. Otherwise, I would have taken it there. And I mean, even though it's absolutely mint underneath, it's like that underneath, it's perfect. I still would like to just do
A lap or two.
just do a couple, just see what it's like, really.
Aye. I don't blame you.
Carl Jones, as you know, is a good friend of mine whose car I've got, the Sierra, who I've done quite a bit with Carl over years. He rented this car.
He rented it.
They rented this car, and Carl did one round of the British touring cars in this car.
Did he really?
Yeah, so I might even let him have a go in it. Because Carl won, was it the 85, 86 or something, championship in a Series 1 Turbo. Duckham sponsored Series 1 Turbo, so he's used to these cars. So it'd be nice to let him have a go in it, if not else really. He'll drive it like a nutter, won't he, little car? But
Mate,
it's just,
such a cool thing.
it's great, isn't it?
Oh, so cool, mate. So cool. So
I'll tell you what, sit in it, give me that camera, because you'll be amazed how much room there is in it. It feels massive. Will do for a dwarf like you.
I think you need some padding in your seat, mind. Oh, it's quite low, isn't it?
Yeah, to get wet.
Really low.
Like you look like a little kid in it.
Mate, this is absolutely just incredible. Absolutely beautiful. So cool, so cool.
I love it. And I'll tell you what's nice. I got a message on my phone the other day. Let me make sure I get his name right. I'm sure it's Ross, but I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, Ross Kernow, Alan's son, who was the driver with Richard Longman that drove it in the TT when they won. Alan drove it both times with Richard Longman when they won. He messaged me the other day to say his dad had seen that I'd got the car back to the UK and he was chuffed to bits it was back. And if we can get met up somewhere, he'd like to see it again, maybe even have a little go in it. Well, see if we can make that happen, because that'd be nice. Like when Richard Longman's still alive, so I'd like to try and get either the car down to Richard or a part of the car to Richard and get him to sign it. And if I can get Richard and Alan to sign something on the car, just a nice little touch.
How old's Richard now?
I don't know, it must be. All these guys are in the 70s and 80s, because when you think it's like
I mean, this car must
40
be,
years ago they raced it.
I was going to say, this car must be 40-year-old.
Yeah, most people were in the 30s when they were racing, so they're all mid to late 70s at best, really, aren't they?
Look how immaculate that gear lever, like there.
Look at that steering wheel, but it's original, isn't it? That is what will have come on the car from brand new, and they haven't changed it for like what you would class as a motorsport steering wheel. They've left it with that wheel on it, which they class that as the RS Motorsport steering wheel, don't they? So it is
the wheel to have
in its rightful place, really, to be fair.
Mate, so cool. So cool.
I love the wheels on it, mate.
I do.
Because they're the old pepper pots, aren't they? But meant to be a...
Like a split rim.
Yeah.
See if I can get out, grab hold of that, mate, and I'll jump out. Try not to kick it with me.
I know you don't want to mark the paint, do you?
I know. Mate. Aye. Very nice, very nice. Very nice.
It came with some bits and bobs as well. There's a box over here just with what we call running spares that came with it. There's a load of history about it. Father Christmas. Some period pictures.
Aye.
FIA paper, homologation documents.
Has it got a reg number? Will
Well,
it be from
It
you?
will have, yeah, it will have.
Do you know what it is or not?
No, but I can find out. I'll have to run chassis number through HPI.
Aye.
I haven't done it yet.
Have you not?
No. But then there's
Oh, that's a cool picture, that mind. I like that. Is that different wheels?
yeah, there's some in there. Look, Richard Longman there. What's that? Oh, some setup sheet. Look,
Ah, right, aye.
telling you.
Settings for suspension and...
Yeah, can't let you say that. Top secret. Nice, isn't it?
Ah, mate, it's incredible.
But it came with a load of DVDs as well. Me and Steve were looking through them. They're in the Memorabilia room the other day. There's loads of DVDs and that's some gaskets. But there's some.
Would these be like a different offset or something? Is that
I don't
why
know.
they would
In some of them pictures you can see them, can't you? There's a set of the two of the pepper pots.
Oh, aye.
They're different. Well, I don't know what the difference is really. They're just bits and bobs, you know, filters, hoses, and
Pistons and bits and
yeah,
pieces.
no, some just what I call crap really. But it's just nice
Cool
to
crap
get.
to have though.
Exactly, it's part of the car, innit? But I'm going to go through all that and
See what's there.
yeah, and get them wheels refurbished because I'd like to get some spares built up so I've got at least one spare set of wheels for it so I can put wets on.
What's the little hole for there? Is that just like a vent?
I don't know. Let's have a look inside boot.
Just goes to nothing. Just goes to nothing.
I would think it's probably if there's a build-up of fumes in there,
They'll just vent it out.
they'll let fumes out on it. I'm guessing.
There's loads of little things like, where's this pipe go? There's a little pipe comes down here and ends.
I don't know. I haven't even noticed
Plus,
that.
there's like, it's not like a sunroof drain because there's no sunroof.
No
so-
sunroof. I would think normally when you see them in there, they're a vent for the fuel tanks. Yeah, it is.
What,
Look,
this?
it's there.
Oh, right, aye.
It's a vent.
Ah, so it takes it out.
Yeah, it lets the
Then that would just come out into atmosphere. It's not
Yeah.
in the car because
Yeah.
of the seal. Aye, mate, incredible, incredible, incredible.
Look at that. With some concourse boys, I'd love that, wouldn't they?
Is the spoiler different on a 16i to like an XR3i?
Oh yeah, one-off spoiler.
Aye.
Same with front one.
Ah, the front bib. The front,
Yeah, front
splitter.
bib. If you look at it, you can still see all the texture.
I
on the
noticed
front
that.
bib.
I noticed that. Ah,
And it's a genuine one.
because these are normally black, aren't they? On
That's
a-
right, yeah,
on a
but that's been
16i.
painted. And you can see all air scoops underneath there. Look for
I noticed them as well. Then you've got your oil coolers in there. And
yeah.
is that two
It's even
oil
a
coolers?
genuine 16i grill as well, because it's not blanked off.
Oh,
On the
it's different.
16i, half of it's blanked off.
Is
On,
it?
on the XR3i, half of it's blanked.
Behind these.
Yeah, on the 16i, it's all open. Or something like
right.
somebody said to me the other day about it.
Oh, I
Said,
didn't
oh,
know
it's a
that.
genuine one because it's not blanked off.
I didn't know that. Right, that's it, fellas. Thanks for watching. And yet again, like I always say, massive thanks to Paul for letting us come down and have a look at his collection and this car. You've got a YouTube channel, mate. You maybe going to do a video with his car yourself?
Yeah, we'll do one of our own for our channel, which is better than his, so subscribe to ours.
But, mate, thanks again. Thanks for letting us come down and have a look.
No, it's nice for you to see something a little bit different for a change.
Thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll catch you on the next video.